G'day, Tiny here from Off Tap Brewing. Happy Homebrew Wednesday. Just having myself a homebrew. Some pirate rum. Woo, 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 woo. Yes, this is homebrew. I made the ice. So it's technically Homebrew Wednesday. No one made that ice for me. Okay. Cola, yummy, yummy, yummy. Okay, just thought I'd get something out there. A lot of people ask me and they talk about homebrew when they find out that I do a little bit of homebrew here and there. There's always one, you know, and they say, oh, I've always wanted to do it, and rah rah rah, and they always say, I say, well, why don't you do it? It costs $85 for a starter kit, and you get your first round, you get your bottles, you get your kit, you get your kilo, you get your sanitizer, and everything that you need to do your first round. And prepare you, if you buy the right kit, and prepare you for your second round, which is important. You don't want to pay $95 for a kit that doesn't supply you sanitizers and cleaners. There are some kits out there that don't supply that sort of stuff, so when you go to buy your next round, it's a little bit more expensive again, because you've got to spend, you know, another $6 or $5. That's really old, that one. You know, that's like sanitizer, complete sanitizer, no rinse, and it came with a cleaner as well. I've probably used all that, but that was from probably one of my original kits. It's been sitting there for so long. The label's like deteriorated. It's just like powder. It's coming off like powder. It's funny. It's been sitting there quite a while, that one. But yeah, people say, oh, I don't have the room. I just don't have the room to do it. Well, as a brewer at my level, all grain and that sort of stuff, my brewing footprint is pretty big. I mean, I've got 4 fridges, 1 freezer and 3 fridges. Actually 4 fridges, 1 freezer just dedicated to my brewing supplies and brewing in. I've got a keg fridge for dispensing. I've got gas bottles. I've got all this sort of stuff. But you don't need that. You don't need that at all. As a new home brewer coming onto the game and going into the store and buying a kit, like I said, here in Australia, about $85. And in that kit you'll get a fermentation bucket, that's a 23 litre one. That's a 25 litre one. Look for the kits with the 30 litre ones. They're a little bit better. You get your kit and your kilo of dextrose in that bucket as well. You also get 30 of these. Now that's a full one, but you get 30 empty ones. You get lids and those carbonating drops. Now, your brewing footprint as a new brewer, when you first go and buy one of those kits, is no bigger than that 1 fermenter and 2 milk crates full of those buckets, full of those bottles. That is the entirety of your brewing. So you've got your 2 milk crates, because your 30 bottles will fit in there. Those 30 tallies will fit in there, no worries at all. So, you know, and as you go up, you just go and find more milk crates or more boxes to put them in as you get more and more. But to start off with, that's the size of room you require to do a home brew. And just to give you a little bit of perspective, there's my glass. Okay. Everything else, the cleaners, the bottle wash, all that sort of stuff can go in your kitchen drawers. It's really a very minimal sort of footprint that you need in your house. It's when I say footprint, space, it's very small. To start off home brewing, you don't need much room at all. You can even stack the fermenter on top of the bottles like that when you're not fermenting. And that's it. So my answer to people is when they ask the question of when they not ask the question, when they state the phrase, well, I just don't have the room to set up a home brew. I'm like, can you fit basically the size of 4 milk crates in somewhere, in a bedroom somewhere? Oh yeah. Well, that's all a home brew system will that's the room a home brew system will take up. Oh really? Oh, and then they start asking more questions. You know, that people think you've got to have the kegs and you've got to have the fridges and all that sort of stuff. But when you're starting, you're not going to go and spend $5,000 on setting up a system, mash tun and run straight into all graining. You're going to walk before you can crawl. Crawl before you can walk. And yeah. So if you're watching this and you're a new home brewer or somebody who wants to get into home brew, that's my advice is do it because you don't need much room. And if you drink beer, the $85 that you spend on buying one of these kits will equate to 30 Tawley bottles. That's a 750ml plastic bottle. It'll equate to 30 of those, which is the equivalent to 2.5 cartons of beer. So 2.5 times 24. And a 24 pack around here can set you back $40. So if you ferment a beer and you drink it and you don't buy your cartons for that time, well, you've saved money. That's a no-brainer. You know, you've saved what, $20, $30. The next time around, obviously you want to keep that going. You're going to go and buy more bottles. So your footprint then just starts, your brewing footprint becomes bigger. You don't need to go and buy more bottles, but you will have space in between your brewing. You will be buying beer. But another round will be another two milk crates on top of that. And then another round will be 2 more. And that's 2.5, 5 cartons, that's 7.5 cartons of beer stacked to there with a fermenter sitting beside it. And you can quite easily do that. And that's a fair turnaround for people who don't drink 3 cartons a week, obviously, because you still need the time. You still need time and effort. So yeah, have a look at that. Okay, you've seen the brewing. You've seen your new brewing footprint, and as your hobby, as your experiment turns into a hobby, then your brewing footprint gets bigger. You learn some stuff. You made your mistakes. You stick with it. And my advice is, if you get a bad beer, it's probably the beer style you don't like, not what you've done. There's a lot of beers that I went through that I didn't like, and I was given the same advice. That's probably the beer style, not what you've done. So if you don't like it, try something else, but don't give up. Don't walk away from this. This will save you a lot of money. It'll save you money until your hobby becomes a passion. And when that becomes a passion, your brewing footprint gets quite large. you have pots for doing this, and you have kegs, and you have fridges, and blah 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 blah. And yeah, that or passion? Should I say passion? Or obsession? I don't know. It's one of the two. Is it the same? Is it like, I don't know. Maybe someone could click something, an ad, or a comment, or a like, or a subscribe. Even if you're a new brewer and you like this video, subscribe and like. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to go with passion. Obsession. Passionately obsessive. Okay. Obsession. Passion. I don't know. Got a coin? I don't. Obsessively passionate about brewing. Anyhow, then you get all the gear, and then yeah, you've lost control. Then you have, but you've justified it all. You're making really nice beer. Your friends are proud. You're proud. Your missus is Maggie proud, something. But anyhow, yeah. So you really have come a long way. But to start off with, it's a very little footprint thingy. Just trying to, as you guys have seen the last I don't know, week or so, I've been trying to smash out the videos, trying to get some really good beginner tips out there. I've had a few questions over my time. I've tried answering them in personal messages and that sort of stuff, but it's hard to type out, you know, how to brew on a personal message and stuff. Keep your questions coming. I'm happy to answer them. I'm happy to do videos in response to those questions. So if any of you guys have questions, please feel free. Yeah. Did a beer today, kegged it, got it in conditioning now with lager. I got 50 litres of my low grav beer coming, so that should keep me in a beer for a while. I think I'm going to do a video. I'm going to do a video soon, because I've had this sitting around for quite a while. This kit and kilo, I use it as props for when I'm talking about kit and kilo. A lot of people don't know what I mean by kit and kilo. Sorry, I thought it was raining. A lot of people don't know what I mean by kit and kilo, but yeah, that's just what I mean. So I'm going to do another brew. My first video was kit and kilo versus an off-tap brewing speed kit, and I'm actually going to do another video on brewing this and that speed kit. So I've just got to choose what speed kit. I think I'm going to brew. Probably on Friday I might brew, and I might brew something with a bit of guts, a bit of gusto, because this beer maker's cold. I suppose this is a lager. I might swap that out for a lager yeast or a yeast starter, and just brew one of my kits up, another one of my low grade kits, and just basic comparison video time wise. I know what wins. I know what wins with flavour. I know what wins with time and effort. What else? I think tonight I'll have a few rums, get on it a bit. Be that guy that let the dogs out. Ooh, 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 woof woof. I must do a shout out for all my subscribers, thanking them. I didn't think that I would have this many subscribers. I didn't think I'd have this many video views, this many likes. Anyone that has subscribed to me and is watching this video, you know who you are. I've seen other people read them out and go at that. I'm not going to do it. I'm flat out turning my computer on, let alone working out. You know, where to find out all that information.